Hi, good day, friends. All of you watching Fact News Network. We are back up on Israeli News Live, but I will tell you there's things we cannot say on Israeli News Live. It's heavily monitored right now, and what I'm going to share with you on this broadcast here about the CIA, I'm going to go deeper on Patreon Israeli News Live tonight, because some things I still cannot share here, but I wanted to share some things with you now. Last night I got some intel, been in some briefings, different people in the intel field, but somebody dropped the ball on this one, and I was able to find out that we've got some airline pilots that have been transporting weapons out of Italy back to the United States using U.S. airlines that they've gutted out the inside. They've taken out the seats, and they have this one particular pilot has made multiple trips from Italy to the United States. I find that very interesting because it reminds me of the days of the Iran-Contra scandal. Another type scenario, and I won't go into it, but I'll tell you this much. Smaller aircraft was being used to smuggle weapons in that were being purchased from Iran down into Nicaragua to arm the Contras to overthrow the government. But now I hear that the CIA is funneling weapons from Italy to here. Some people might ask the question, though, why Italy? I've got two possible scenarios when it comes to Italy. One of those scenarios includes the fact that during the coronavirus lockdown that was done in Italy, we were getting intel that Russian troops were brought in by the Italian government to help control the people. The Italians are not taking these things very lightly. Could it have been that when the Russian troops were brought in, they were also bringing in weapons, Russian weapons that could be used here in the United States to make it look like an insurgency, a takeover of the government? Very well could possibly be. Secondly, a good friend of mine from years ago, his grandfather, he told me the story. His grandfather was a German scientist. Now, I know his family was from Germany. He spoke fluent German himself, even though he was second generation. His parents spoke German, and of course, grandfather as well. But he was brought in on Operation Paperclip. He said, though, right before the collapse of Nazi Germany, the Nazis were smuggling their weapons that they had been working on to Rome, specifically to the Vatican, to hide those in the catacombs that were underneath. Catacombs are not small like some people probably envision. Oh, a little tunnel underneath there. No, we're talking about massive, massive layers underneath the Vatican there. Well, the cobalt bomb was what his grandfather worked on, and that bomb and the technology that they were using to develop all this with was also smuggled there and hidden there. Now, I mentioned this, not to mention about other armaments, tanks, which that's all old technology now, but small arms, weapons from World War II. But the reason why I mention it, though, is mainly because of the bombs themselves. He explained to me that a cobalt bomb, when it goes off, it literally will crack the crust of the earth open to where the lava would spew out. That's how powerful this bomb is. And I don't know. I'm not a weapons expert. But the one thing that sticks out in my mind is what I shared with you guys just recently. Remember, I was telling you, I was being told, keep your eyes on Rome and keep your eyes on Syria. Are they planning on using a cobalt on Syria, or is Syria going to get some of these weapons, use something on Israel in order to justify for Israel to turn around and retaliate and take out well, they use that to take out Damascus. I don't know the answer, friends. I don't know. A lot of other things that I'm going to be sharing on Patreon tonight. There's also a brother from Australia sent me an amazing footage of a prehistoric creature caught on satellite imagery. I'm going to get that brother on as well, share that with you guys. But that's going to be on Patreon as well, because when I share his information, I've got to share some secret information that I know of that confirms his findings. So I'm a little bit more hesitant putting that on INL. We might later put it over here on Fact News Network as well, that broadcast, but I won't put it on INL. Too much of a risk. Anyway, wanted to just update you guys. God bless you. Thank you for your support. And I know I've been speaking about support of the broadcast a little bit more recently, and I wouldn't do it if it wasn't a need. I really wouldn't, because I'll just leave it at that. IsraeliNewsLive.org is our website, and thank you so kindly. God bless you.